You are always taken care of. Hey guys, I'm Ian McMinn and this is Path to Who I Am. You are always taken care of. There's an overarching decision we can make to either go against our natural intuition, which is this gentle knowing that we have at all times. To either go with that or to go against it. In the form of often listening to when we're told, oh, you need to do what's logical, you need to do what makes sense. Because if you don't do what makes sense, you won't be taken care of. In other words, no, you're not taken care of. So you need to make sure you do what's necessary. Otherwise, bad things will happen. Versus a bit of a different approach, which is following this gentle knowing within me and letting myself develop a connection with that. And letting myself be guided by that gentle knowing. I then get to follow a very different path in my life. This is a more unconventional road. This is the road less traveled. There's a sense of me always being taken care of when I get to let this gentle knowing take me on a journey. And I get to sit and see that every time I have my logical fear-based reactivity come up, I just get to sit in that instead of reacting to it. I get to sit in that and wait for the fog to clear and see the actual reality after it passes, which is the return of that gentle knowing, which will lead my logical mind to come into alignment with itself and actually really serve me in the way that it's meant to. Our egos, our logical minds, are meant to help us, orient us in this physical reality, work to allow us to make decisions in an ethical, reasonable, straightforward way, while at the same time being our aid, not the thing that's governing our lives. Because this gentle knowing that I'm always taken care of and that guiding light that's within me, that is the ultimate shepherd that I get to experience. And so if I learn to let myself be guided by that. So this is the paradox, is it's not about doing something per se, it's about allowing. I allow it to start guiding me. All that means is I'm ceasing to do what was halting it. I'm not getting in the way of that guiding light now. I'm opening up to it a little bit at a time. It's a process. Like any relationship, it starts out slow. It starts out, let me gently start to allow this in. And as the trust is built, as it's shown, actually, I'm not dead or dying, or I didn't burst into flames. My head didn't explode because I stopped listening to my fear-based, overly controlling logical mind, which it's not meant to be negative and overly controlling. It just only shows up in that way when it's out of alignment with itself. It's out of alignment with who we are, because we're out of alignment, because we've been listening to what it says, putting it in charge. When it's not qualified for that, our logical mind, our ego is meant to be a nice assistant, right? It's like asking Siri or Alexa to guide our lives. It's not a good idea. It's not what it's meant for. You need to search something, you use it for that, for very basic tasks. So when we cease to follow our logical mind telling us you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way, which often will go against this gentle knowing, this inner pull, this way, that way, etc. When we cease doing that, we start following the true guide for our lives, which shows up as this sort of inner light within, this inner feeling sense within, etc., that gets to show us that we're all good, effectively. So anyway, guys, I'm Ian McMinn. This is Path to I Am. You're always taken care of. I have links in the description to work with me, my flagship program, one-off sessions for intuitive readings, which I do and love doing. I have links for donations. I have links for my separate podcast, which is currently on Spotify. And so I hope to see you guys soon. Subscribe if you haven't yet. It helps the algorithm and it helps it show up in your home screen, new videos I have. And I hope to see you guys soon. I enjoyed this one today.